Hello friends, this is BB and welcome back to the channel. We are here with the semifinals of the Chessable Masters. As we shown in the previous video, when Magnus gave that queen and resigned the game in just 4 moves after Ding had that internet connection struggling, so it was 1-1 the score, and then 2 more games on Rapid to end it in a draw. Not much, just a quick draws over there, and then after that we have 2 games of Blitz. The first game of Blitz ended in a draw, and now this is the other game of Blitz. So I'm just gonna show you without losing any more time. So Ding with the white pieces opens with c4, the English opening, e5 from Magnus, and now g3 from Ding, preparing to develop that light square bishop, just like in that previous game that we've shown. But now Magnus didn't go for that queen here to give it up on the d2, but rather he goes knight f6, because now this is the real game, there is no more jokes. And now bishop g2 from Ding, developing the bishop c5 from Magnus also does the same, and now d3 from Ding, reinforcing that pawn, and now Magnus castles. Knight c3, we have h6 from Magnus, knight f3 from Ding, pretty development stuff, very standard, rook e8, castles, and d6. From Black, we have d4, e captures on d4, exchanging a pair of pawns on the center, and now knight captures on d4. Standard stuff so far. c6 from Magnus, and now b3 from Ding, preparing to develop that light square bishop here, and now a5. Magnus expands on the queen side, and now bishop b2, developing the bishop, knight a6 from Magnus, developing the knight, and now queen d2, queen e7, rook a to d1 from Magnus, and now from Ding, and now bishop d7 from Magnus, connecting rooks, and now h3, giving the king some breathing room here. And now bishop b6 from Magnus, going back with the bishop, and now e4. Ding expands on the center, maybe he's gonna develop the rook here, so he will have control on the e file. And now knight c5 from Magnus, rook f2 e1 from Ding as planned, and now rook a to d8. Magnus does the same, putting those 2 rooks here, countering the rooks that Ding have here. And now king h2 from Ding, putting the king in a much safer square, and now bishop c8. Magnus goes back with the bishop, and just in case if the lines open up, he will have those 2 rooks here, countering the 2 rooks that Ding have. And now knight f5 from Ding, and now bishop captures on f5. He captures on f5, and now queen c7 from Magnus, rook captures on e8, Ding exchanges a pair of rooks, and now knight captures on e8. Knight e2, knight d7, standard stuff, just moving those knights around, trying to put those in much better squares. And now knight f4 from Ding, knight d2 f6 from Magnus, and now queen c2. Queen e7 from Magnus, rook d2, and now rook d7. Bishop f3, queen d8, queen to d1 now from Ding, putting this rook queen battery here, and now bishop c7, knight d3, rook e7, king g2 from Ding, and queen c8 from Magnus. g4 from Ding, reinforcing this pawn here, and now knight h7. Magnus goes back, he wants maybe to put this knight here in this square, that's why he remaneuvered the knight. And now rook e2, and now queen d8, and now rook captures on e7, queen captures on e7, and now queen to e2. Ding offers a queen trade, and now queen d8 from Magnus. He declines the queen trade for the moment, and now king g1, knight e to f6, bishop to g2, goes back with the bishop. This bishop is gonna be a very, I'm sorry about that, this bishop doesn't move in that direction, it's not a knight. Whoa. And so a very good defender here on the light squares. So knight f8 from Magnus, and now bishop to d4 from Ding, knight d2 d7, queen to e3, bishop b6, offering a trade of dark square bishops, and now bishop captures on b6. Ding trades that bishop, and now queen captures. And now we have a queen trade finally. Ding decides to trade, queen captures on b6, knight captures on b6, and now f4 from Ding, knight f2 d7, Magnus connects those knights here, and now king f2, king f8, g5, f6, h4, Ding has this structure here, but Magnus has also a good structure here. Ding has an advantage here on the king side with this pawn, but Magnus has an advantage here on the queen side with one pawn against those pawns here. So as we see, we have pretty much 7 pawns against 7 pawns, and then 2 light pieces. So pretty equal, but let's see what's going to happen. Surprises are coming. So knight c5, and now king to e3. Knight captures on d3. Magnus decides to exchange a pair of knights, and now king captures on d3. King e7. Magnus tries to bring the king as closer as possible to the endgame, and now king to d4 from Ding. Magnus remaneuvers the knight to a8, and now bishop e4. Knight c7, a3. We have king to d7, and now b4 from Ding. Magnus captures on b4, Ding captures on b4, and now Magnus pushes b4. And now is a critical moment on the game, because as we see, Magnus wants to capture this pawn here, because he has a 3-2 advantage on the queen side, and he wants to try to have some chances on this side of the board. And now Ding should just capture this pawn here. Would be the best way to treat the position, but Ding made a terrible blunder here. He went c5, and then this is he completely blunders the game here, because he gives Magnus now a chance to win this game, and Magnus goes instantly knight a6, and now this pawn is threatened here. So Magnus just captures, and so just captures, and then he's gonna have 2-1 advantage on the queen side. So Ding had the equal endgame, but he just blunders with this c5 move. So unfortunate for him, because he would have Armageddon if he would have drawn this, but he just pushes this c5. Also, he was in a time pressure, that's why probably he did that. So game continues with c captures on d6, and now king captures on d6. Now king c3, c5. Now Magnus wants to create this passed pawn here. That would be queening very soon, and now bishop captures on c5. We have king captures on c5, bishop c2, and now knight b4. Bishop b3, and Magnus now goes knight d5 with check, and it was in this position on move 55 that Ding Liren resigns the game. He resigns because there is nothing more to be done. If you decide to capture this knight, then Magnus just will recapture here, and then if you go king here, you will go here, and he somehow is going to promote this pawn to a queen, and there is not much to be done here on the queen side, because if you just decide to capture this side or this side, If you capture this side, Magnus will just capture, and those pawns here are stacked. They're not going anywhere, so this pawn will queen and win the game. So that it was all for this game. Magnus won the first match of the semi-final, and then tomorrow we're gonna have the second match. Ding has to win it on demand, otherwise if Magnus wins he will advance to the final. And also in the other semi-final, Anish Giri wins the first day against Jan Nepomici 3-1, so he has also the advantage going tomorrow to the day 2. Thank you all guys for watching. If you like this video, I will invite you to click subscribe in that button down there, so you don't miss anything from the content of the sports. Thank you again, and I will see you tomorrow with day 2 of the semifinals. Blessings all.